Yeah, hi. All of you, welcome to the talk with Anu. We are from Aurora's B School. We are currently pursuing our PGDM, and my name is Sai Krishna. I'm here with my team. Let's interact with Dr. Anupama.
Hi Sai Krishna, let me introduce all your friends and hello to all my viewers at What the Talk with Anu. I try my best to bring what's real, what's happening, and today I am at Aurora's Business School with the PGDM students. Let me quickly introduce the participants here. We have Neha, we have Amulya, we have Sai Krishna, we have Shreyash, we have Rindu, and we have Jaideep joining us for a very cool interaction session. Today's What the Talk with Anu has got a special episode with young people. Whenever we think about young people, we have so many challenges, so many achievements that we think of. So I'm trying to interact with the ABS students here and find out what their goals are, what they actually understand about themselves, and what are the challenges that they face in their life. So let's begin with this episode with the oft asked question. Probably I'll pitch it into Shreyas. Shreyas, what is your goal in life? Why did you actually get into this program, and what is your goal in life?
Good morning, ma'am. My name is Shreyash. So my goal is to get into a MNC or a banking sector and secure a good job.
Okay.
And why I have choose this career is because I wanted to pursue my MBA from the beginning itself. I had several other options which I was unable to opt. Like I was firstly interested in the hotel management.
Okay.
But as I come from a Brahmin family, so eventually I left with the two options. Either I would have opt MPC or MEC. So I preferred MEC as my career, and then in MEC I have thought of being an MBA student. After which I can choose finance as my career and build my career in.
So your
finance.
specialization is finance now?
Yes, ma'am. Finance and business analytics.
So why is it that you couldn't become a hospitality manager, and why you are planning for finance? You said you are from a Brahmin family, so was there some pressure from the people around you, family?
It was not a kind of the pressure, but I was initially interested in the cooking. But if I join the hotel management and belonging from a Brahmin family, there we also have to cook the non-veg and all.
Oh,
so
okay.
Being a pure vegetarian, that was a difficult task for me as well as for my family, that if you join the hotel management, then there won't be any options for you. Like you need to do both veg and non-veg, because I also gathered information from my further friends who were pursuing hotel management. They too advised me that they too said me that you need to cook non-veg as well, and you need to taste it also, because the dish which you have made, if you don't taste it, then how the others will. So I discussed with my family, and they were like, no, being a Brahmins, like how can we taste the non-veg?
So you immediately shifted your line and you came into finance. How happy you are now? Because you wanted to do something else and you are somewhere else now.
Actually, there is again another background. Before that I want to pursue my BPC, but due to some financial issues, this is my third option. If we speak frankly, like opting MBA is my third option, which left me to join the MBA.
So I have one question, Shreyas.
Yeah.
This is just not for Shreyas. Anybody can answer. How much of these decisions are made by your parents or people around you, or is there any comparison in the family or the community that you belong to that you will have to change your decisions? Can anybody else also react? How often are you able to do what you want to do actually? Because there's several constraints. See, financial constraint that he said, he had a very valid reason where he was talking about his being unable to palate non-vegetarian food. That's a different thing. Probably in some other podcast I'll cover it. But how often is the community or the family pressurizing youngsters, you feel? Not just you. If you know any of your friends or anybody known to you. So in your life as well as the others. Amulya, what do you think?
Actually, I come from a joint family. There are no comparisons, but first mainly I wanted to do CA, but I couldn't do. Then I wanted to pursue fashion designer. But now currently I'm pursuing PGDM course in finance. But when I get into job, I'll try to get into the fashion designer.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes, ma'am. I want to do simultaneously with the job. That's it.
Okay. What, Neha?
Actually, there is no pressurize from parents or community, nothing. But I have completed my graduation as life science. I wanted to do MBBS. Actually, due to the reasons like financial issues at home, so I couldn't do that MBBS. So I choose life science. So after graduation at the end of the year, I got married.
Oh, you're married?
Yeah, yes,
Okay.
ma'am. My husband is civil engineering. He supports me to do whatever I want to do. So I stood up and I thought why I can't start a business. So if we have to start a business, then we have to learn things like marketing, finance and nothing. These all things we have to learn. So I have taken this PGDM course to learn these things. Currently, I want to join a organized reputed company.
See, I got it, because three of you spoke now and all three of you wanted to do something else, and you are actually doing something else, but you hope for actually doing whatever you wanted to later on. Probably Shreyas will open a joint of his own later on where he doesn't need to cook, and then somebody else will cook and he'll open a joint for himself. But how happy will you be if you don't do something which you want to do, Jaideep? What is your story?
Even I don't have any pressure from my family, ma'am. But my mom wants to see me as a doctor.
Okay.
But due to some financial conditions, I am unable to do that.
So what is your goal now? Now what's your specialization that you're pursuing?
Currently, I am pursuing PGDM as a specialization finance and marketing.
Do you have any idea that you could get into hospital administration as well? Probably not a doctor, but you could always work in a hospital.
But
and
I currently practicing an acupuncture.
okay.
Acupuncture
So
where
you're simultaneously doing this?
yeah, ma'am. I already completed 2 years of that course, and I got a certificate from the Bharat Sevak Samaj also from central government of India. Yeah, and besides that, I'm practicing Sujok therapy also.
Yeah, it's very much in these days. So once you have said that, I have one more question that is coming up, which is natural for me, is that once you have set yourselves on this path, this is something which you didn't want to do, but then you have deviated from it because of various valid reasons that you have presented. So how do you find the competition in the new place? Because what you like doing is a different thing. You are willing to take all challenges for it, right? But now you are in a place where you are supposed to be doing something, and how do you find the competition to be? What are your confidence levels, Rindu?
Actually, my aim is to become an IAS officer.
Okay.
But unfortunately, I could not attempt my exams with 2 or 3 marks. 3 times.
Oh,
I
you
have
lost
failed.
it by that.
I lost
Okay.
it.
So we have an intellectual amongst us.
And I have done my CPT. Even next second option was my CPT aim as CA. Even that I lost it. So finally I have joined.
Has it been easy for you? Probably it must have been.
It was very tough for me to shift the option, but I could not.
No, I am asking about once you have shifted, is there a lot of competition, or how do you feel? What is the pressure levels that you all feel? Anybody can answer it.
It was very unfortunate thing for me, first thing. But slowly I am habituating to the
So what are the things that you don't like nowadays? Now that you have changed your track?
say keeping one dream is a thing which we have to have, but not aiming it is very difficult.
So I just want to ask everybody that is it pretty common amongst all young people to do something else and dream about something else in our country?
To answer your question, ma'am, yes. So if we see at the initial age, when we are as a kids, we dream for something. If you take me as personal, I was aimed for becoming an army officer.
Oh my God.
Later on I was into the NCC and I got certified from the NCC, and later on I was into the sports, and often coming to my intermediate, so my passion changed towards the sports. So then I thought of dreaming about the sports. So after like achieving some goals, after achieving some nationals and state medals, then I thought of doing something. So I thought of doing something which I want to achieve like others. So everyone, absolutely everyone will work for money.
Yeah.
Yes. So we people will be having different financial
Situations.
problems. Right? So all this made me to come into the corporate. So I was working for an XYZ company. To answer your question, am I happy now? So what would I say is I seen couple of people saying that I was pressurized, I was into the pressure and the company is putting me on pressure and all this blah 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 blah. But what would I say is if you want to grow, if you are passionate, if you really love what you are doing, then definitely you will not feel the pressure. Yes, we might be working for extra hours in the corporate. Yes, there are many other things which we can reduce our stress. So we can go for
So you're resigned that you can, wade through. But how many of the others agree to it? Like not everybody will be reconciled. You have, counseled yourselves and you know now that you have a growth path, and most of them want to actually come back to their original goals. All of them are doing the same thing that you are doing, but you are more passionate than the others maybe.
Yes, many people will be thinking of coming back, but we need to be more practical. So some people might be saying after doing working for 5 to 10 years in some corporate, I want to do some business. So what I ask the people is just be practical. Whether you will be able to manage all these things, whether you will be able to learn about the business, and whether you will be able to do that at that point, because we can't expect what the future is going to be.
I'm just looking at 5 different people who wanted to become something else and they're exactly doing something else. Now, Sai Krishna has put a point forward saying that, because of different financial situations and, certain constraints, you all deviated, but it is only temporary because once you grow, you'll come back mostly and you will pursue. Most of you told me the same thing. You'll pursue your dreams. Neha said the same thing. So, in this journey, I just want to slightly deviate and ask you, because I just want to know about the young people, because this whole channel is about people, their purposes in life and how they are aligned. So I just want to ask you that how do you find this journey so far and what do you foresee in future? Because India is supposed to be a very, very young country now, with 65% of its population less than 35 years of age. So do you think that new opportunities are growing, or do you think that what they show and talk about in the media is not so true? You're facing a lot of discrepancies or rejections, or there are not so many avenues open.
I feel in our country, India, we have many opportunities, but we don't have correct platform to crack those opportunities.
What do you find lacking in our system here? These days when I go, many people tell me that India is bettered a lot. Many people are coming from abroad and getting jobs here. But then what is lacking? Everybody says there's something lacking. Can you name a few? Anybody can answer, including Rindu.
As the point is, what is lacking, ma'am? First of all, if there are number of the opportunities, we are unaware of the different roles which they are offering. As if we join the PGDM or the MBA or any other field, we will be getting the placements related to only those streams. So we don't have an exposure of the other streams which are available in the market and the need if they are required.
Oh, so you mean to say that the training is not need based and there's so much of supply but there's no demand? Something like that?
There is more of demand, but the supply is eventually less when compared to the demand.
Okay, it's not matching.
Yeah, it's not matching because as we see, India is a developing nation and it is going to develop further future. So there are many manufacturing industries and many startups which are coming day by day. But we don't have the proper knowledge, like what are the startups which have been establishing and what are the opportunities going into the startup or the manufacturing industries. All we are focused on like getting into MNCs, getting 9 hours of a job.
Shreyas,
and all.
can I intervene for a second here? Since you're all students, you're pursuing your postgraduate program, what exactly do you find lacking in our education system? Now you are in your business management course. So what are the discrepancies you see in the courses? Can anybody tell me? I mean, anybody can answer this question. I'll go back to Shreyas about that. But what is lacking in our education? Because he says Rindu says we have enough opportunities. He says there are a lot of opportunities, but we are not trained to take those opportunities. What is lacking in our system of education? according to you?
So nowadays, most of the MNCs are looking for entrepreneurs. They're not looking for someone who is going to go there and work for 9 to 6 and come back. So what is lacking? I would say we should think in a broad way. So we should think in a business perspective. We should think about the world market, not about getting a job into some X company.
Often find amongst young people, you know, I'm a people and purpose expert, and most of the companies hire me to align their people with purposes, and often I get this complaint from the management saying that young people these days, they don't want to stay for longer hours at work. Do you think there is an effect of COVID, or do you think there is definitely something different in the work culture?
Actually, people are mainly suffering with the health issues, so that's the reason they don't want to stay for the longer time. Yes, ma'am. One of my friend who is working at the company. She does night shifts, but she's suffering a lot from
Night
health
shifts
issues.
do
Yes, ma'am.
affect your
Yes,
health,
ma'am.
right?
Due to night shifts, there are a lot of affecting.
But this is agreed, valid point.
Yes.
But what about those people? I see a lot of Gen Z, they're called Gen Z people, not able to sustain long hours of work.
Yes, ma'am. So recently I have completed my internship in
A company.
a company. So what I have experienced personally, there was I was initially not up to the mark to learn the new skills from the company. I eventually used to go to the company at the 9.
Oh, you are saying that there's no learning at all.
There is no until and unless you go and ask them. They won't come and teach you personally. They won't do spoon feeding to you as you are a child. If you have any doubt, go and ask to the management. If they are interested or they are free at that time, they will definitely tell you some part of it, but they won't be giving the whole glance of it. And as being a fresher, what I felt was, if you don't have any prior knowledge to the subject, the management should take care of that, and they should teach from the basic levels and should train you and then allocate the work. So I used to get the work, but I had no idea how to start and all. But they used to come and just say okay, I have assigned you work, complete it by this time, and if you have any doubt, you could just come and ask. So they have just assigned me work, but how come I know that what I have to do with that
So
work?
there was no training accompanied with how to go about the work.
No training. Eventually they will give it 5 to 10 minutes glimpse, and being a fresher, we can't cope up with that
So did you
level.
feel pressurized during that time? I mean,
I was not feel pressurized, but eventually I felt that I had not learned anything in those 3 months duration. I was eventually just going to the office, coming back home. Some 5 to 10 minutes work was being assigned to me, but I felt that I was not happy with that. Though I have completed my internship, I have got the certificate.
What would be a dream internship for you?
Dream internship would be where I would learn new things with the management and apply those things in my real work and gain experience from that. Until and unless you gain something, that won't be.
Probably this is the answer for what we were discussing prior, that what is lacking in our system is there is no technical expertise that is shared. You know, often when I go to the companies as consultants, they tell me they treat internees as some kind of a additional burden onto them, because they have their own targets and they have the pressure to deal with, so everybody wants to avoid them. I am sure you must have faced the same thing. So that brings me to the next question as to what, according to you young people, is the dream boss? Who will tell me that, Rindu? What are the qualifications of your boss? What do you expect from your boss now that you are going to finish your program and join a new job? So tell me how you want your boss to be.
First, you should be friendly with the client and let him know all things, and say the work that should be done by them, and share everything and be friendly, knowing.
So you want a friendly boss?
Yeah.
Okay. Sai Krishna, what do you think? Who is a good boss according to you? I mean, how do you want your boss to be? Because Shreya said that he wants somebody who will train him, take him under his wing and train him, put him in the second line.
So according to me, the best boss would be someone who teaches about the organization, which is not a part of our work. So who teach about how the company runs or the extra activities. And
but don't you have a briefing in your internships about that? Nowadays, no?
It depends on company to company, ma'am. Some companies are specifically giving training for 3 to 4 months or 2 months, but some companies will give only training for 1 week. So again, it depends on company to company. But according to me, the boss who is best is like the person who encourages us for every small task which we have accomplished.
So you don't want any reprimand, you want only positive reinforcement, no negative reinforcement?
So I don't say it as negative, but I say it as like proper feedback is also required.
Proper feedback, okay?
Yes.
That's one more take home point. Anybody else wants to add anything? Jaideep? Nothing? You've been only smiling all the while. So I thought you had some points there. No, once we have come to this, I have one, I'm curious to know, because most of you have been talking in the sense where you want to complete your program, get into a job and start being productive and learn more about the industry as well as earn your livelihood. But how many of you have thought about going abroad and making your career in some offshore site? None of you? Why not? Because I see a lot of people telling me that they want to go abroad, work in the best of the companies, global companies in a much bigger, scenario. So why do you think, I mean, it's your choice, I do respect that, but then I just want to know why is it that you don't, eventually all 5 of you, when I interacted, viewers, when I interacted with them just before the podcast, they told me that they're not interested in going abroad. So I just want to know why.
So the main reason would be like most of the people will be going to foreign to upgrade themselves, to learn new things, because the people will be in a prescription like they are more advanced than us. But as of now, when I previously I thought of going to abroad, but when I did some kind of research, I came to know that some of the B schools or some of the IIMs or whatever the IITs are providing the best quality education, which is far better than the other countries, with the same price or might be even lesser than that.
Okay, so you don't see yourself, I mean, that is one part of it, that's education part of it. Don't you want to work abroad? Broaden your scope. Amulya, you have no plans going abroad? Why not?
Why we should go, ma'am? Actually, we have so many opportunities in our country right now, so we can upgrade ourselves with the skills and all, and we can get into the job or anything.
What is the specialization you have opted for?
Finance, ma'am.
So where do you want to work once you graduate? Which area?
Finance manager, like anything.
In any company
Any
is fine.
company,
You're not
yes,
looking at banking sector or something
banking
like?
or anything, banking or company.
Okay, so you're not keen on going abroad?
No, ma'am.
None of you? That's wonderful to know. I really feel good that slowly people are settling back into our country. There's a lot of brain drain, but at the same time, probably you should all work for. You get an opportunity to go abroad and serve. Would you be interested? From the company that you have joined here, would you be interested? Yes, definitely you should be, because you learn so much other than the diversity part of it, getting included, being an inclusive employee and all that. You should be thinking about it. But I'm really happy that the young people here, they want to stay in the country and work here. That brings me to the other part of it. I just wanted to randomly check. I want to ask you a few questions and I want you to raise your hand if you feel it is yes. If not, you will not raise your hand. The first question that I want to ask you is, do you think AI has robbed you of your creativity these days?
Yes, ma'am.
You're raising a Shreyas said yes. How? Because these are the questions that were prompted to me by my viewers. They said, if you ever do a podcast with young people, ask these questions. And most of my friends are professors and they're in that area and they feel that you're not being creative, young people. How? Shreyas.
Taking an example, as we do have projects in our management courses, so these days if you find if any project is assigned to a particular group or a single person, he will simply just go to the chat GPT, he will type about the title and he gets the whole information and he just simply copy and paste. But in the initial, before the AI, people used to go and do physical survey, collect the data through various websites or sites, or interacting with the peoples and others and getting the perspectives of the other peoples too, or the management. So there you have various fields to learn also. You are building a networking with the other people where you interact, And the second thing is like you come to know the real life problems. But if you come to AI, it's just you are giving the prompt, it's giving you the information, and you are not even just cross checking it. Like whatever information AI is given, is it true or is it valid?
Yeah, that's
Is
one
it
more
valid
concern.
to your project or it will help you? They are not bothered of that. They just copy and paste. Our work is done.
Many companies nowadays are using AI. Because of that, there is less manpower. So, as Jaydeep said, when companies use coding, they are using AI to correct the coding. So, because of that, the manpower is become reducing. So, people are not getting opportunities because of AI.
Most foreigners are saying that India is an unsafe country. Do you agree? Don't agree?
If we take an example of Hyderabad, if you see women or the girls, if they want to go to Charminar or Old City, they will feel unsafe over there.
Okay. Why do you think so?
Why do you think so? This is because of human behavior. The humans need to change their behavior first.
But don't you think that as a nation, I ask that, do you think it is as bad as people have pointed it out?
Again, it depends on their personal agendas. Different people will be portraying it in a
So
different
that's
manner.
why I asked, because
So-
immediately when I asked, three of you said that it is unsafe. And you have mentioned your perspective. Probably Neha wants to say something. I understand. Media is one more thing which will always paint it. Let's not get into that. We are just talking. You gave your answers from your heart, so I want you to justify it. Why do you feel unsafe?
Yeah, ma'am. Actually, we have seen more cases in India only. This
But I want to ask one question. How many number of cases are there? Have you ever checked that with reference to other countries and India? There lies the answer. I really feel that, but I respect your, feeling, because feeling unsafe is something which is very personal. If you feel unsafe, well, you are unsafe. It could be both ways. Like you feel unsafe or it is really unsafe to go. Well, we'll not go into that. We'll go in a different podcast if you're willing to come and discuss about it. But yeah, Neha, you were saying something.
Till some extent it is safe only, but coming to some cases where women are treated badly, there it's unsafe to us, where we need to overcome all those problems. And
So what according to you guys should be done? Now we'll leave the regulation part of it. See, police, all that is understood. So what can be done in order to make it a better and safer place? I feel that more than cases that you have mentioned, I feel I am not safe when the traffic is on. We have very bad driving. We have very bad, poor traffic, rules observation. That part is very poor. I feel more unsafe there than anything else. Robbery, murder, rape, these things, molestation, these things, if you keep it apart, I don't feel safe with the kind of, poor traffic sense that our people have most of the time, and we are changing for better. But at the same time, how is it that, you feel unsafe is something which I wanted to discuss about. How about the workplaces? You have all said that you have done your internships and all that. How, on a scale of 1 to 10, what is the safety level that you feel at workplaces generally? In Hyderabad at least? 100% safe? Yes? Hyderabad is 100% safe for work safety at work? Oh, that's wonderful. One round of applause for all Hyderabadis working here. But then I just wanted to know about this because I wanted to check how you feel about the current things that are not related to things that we were discussing before. These are the questions that are prompted by most of the trainees that I come across, or people, subscribers that they keep interacting with me. One more question I am very eager to ask the younger generation is, how do you find the nationalism part that is being trending now? Okay, I'm not talking about Hindutva and all that. I'm talking about Bharat and being a Bharatiya. Do you think it's a natural surge because of what has been happening, or do you think it is all media made, or do you think we are really progressing?
I can say that few of the Indian people are struggling to do this, bring a good change in India, where few of them are trying to spoil that event.
Okay. So there are different kinds of forces pulling at each other. That's what you mean to say?
Yes.
Okay, so what should be the solution? As a youngster, what would you suggest?
I suggest who are trying to spoil it should not spoil, and even they should try to bring a change in India.
Make that one change. What is the most important change that you'll bring about? It could be anything. That's what I asked her.
I would say yes, nationalism is booming now and it is bringing a lot of change in the society. If we see, many people who went to the foreign countries are coming back to the India and then they are now getting settled in India. So the best example we can see in our friends only, they said they don't want to go to other country and
Yeah.
they don't want to work. So this is point number one. And if the authority is given to me to change it, so what decision I would take is the people who are opposing the country's growth, they should be strictly punished, whoever it may be. And second thing I would say is, we as a democratic country, we are having our own liberty and everything. But what would I say is, yes, if you ask me, I would say that nation is first, then everything.
Exactly. Thanks for saying that, because these days most of the political parties, just for political gains, they say that nationalism is ill placed. We are talking about ideal circumstances and things are not up to the mark. That's why I wanted to ask. Many people asked me what is the mandate of the young people to that. Do all of us agree on that? Or you still feel that many things are relative, one should not speak like that? Because there are many narratives. If I go to a different university, they'll tell you a different story. Because we have our own ideologies. There's nothing wrong in having your own ideologies, but things will be different. I wanted to ask several things like this with young people, probably a bigger number, probably I'll come out with that, but then a small group makes a lot of difference, so I wanted to check it out. Okay, the last section of this podcast, I just want to ask you 3 rapid fire questions and I want all of you to answer without taking a minute of time, and yes or no. The first question is, do you think the productivity at work is being affected by AI? Quickly.
Yes.
Okay, everybody said yes. Okay. Second thing, which one will you choose? Money, happiness?
Happiness.
Who said money? Amulya? No. Everybody wants happiness over money? Okay. The third question is, do you think India will be the next superpower?
Yes.
All of you?
Yes.
Okay, on that note, I would like to thank Aurora Business School for arranging this meet. Special thanks to Professor Kameshwari for arranging this wonderful podcast for me. Thanks to each one of the students who are present here. Thank you so much for being with me. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next podcast.